Alright, let's do this. Turn this down. Yeah, we are ready to roll. There is it is my 3rd year anniversary. I got called into work. I wanted the day off. Yay. So day off canceled. This is what you get. Yeah, that's where we're at. There's again, this is a reconstruction year, so I actually wrote in Discord how I just probably should just let all these days just pass by. They're pretty much going to go unnoticed anyway. I'm getting more notice for a VTuber questionnaire that's been trending than I have with my my videos. Hey, I might hit 40. Who knows? I might hit 40 likes. Twitter obviously is. I have a bigger following on Twitter, and it just goes, yeah, it just makes more sense that on Twitter there would be that. I think I'm still kind of recovering from the shock of my my tormentors coming back. Yeah, and who knows? They might want to, like, you know, put a closure on it, or, you know, try to leave with a good foot. They might be branching out in the community, and you know, I have ties with a lot of people in the LGBTQ community. It's a burnt bridge. I mean, it's not a bridge I would feel comfortable rebuilding. How's that? I'm sorry, we only get one chance at it. I like to compare it to my relationships. I'm a firm believer, and I have gone back on this several times, but I am a firm believer in whatever you break up in the first place doesn't get fixed because you get back together. Because you repaired the physical relationship doesn't mean that you've actually repaired the relationship. It takes two. So I'm a firm believer in, like, you know, saying you're sorry and this, and I'm guilty of, you know, being an asshole and, you know, wrecking perfectly good relationships for no good reason. You know, early on in my dating career, I did not know how to express that I'm falling out of love with people and stuff like that. It took me a long time to realize was that I wasn't even really in love in the first place. So I was more infatuated, or thinking with the little head as opposed to the big head type of thing, which is a shame. And I've had some perfectly good relationships that I personally run. Now, I am definitely a person who's had relationships that I thought was there, and there wasn't. They let me know. They definitely let me know that it was not working out. But the truth of the matter is that whatever the reason for the breakup is, I have never retained a friendship with the people I've broken up with. That is sometimes not through me. It's through the person I was with. I almost never. I have parted amicably from a few people, but almost every breakup that I've had has been absolutely horrendously horrible. And like I said, I had to mature. And those life lessons were hard earned. Going with the person who I thought was my friend, who turned me in. Turned me in. Going with the person that turned me in. I thought we were friends. It's still to this day difficult for me to imagine that we aren't friends anymore. How's that sound? And I have people I'm still friends with who I don't even have any communication with, but if they came back tomorrow, I would basically be there. So I'm missing them, but I'm not missing them. And maybe it's because of that I feel like I almost feel like I could just basically send them an email or shoot them a DM real quick. I could almost feel like that. Like, what are you thinking? It's probably what I would write to them. We're not friends like that anymore. We don't have that rapport. And it's been over 2 years. Well, yeah, it's been over 2 years since this happened. It affects me profoundly. I was watching my first stream after it happened, because I have it on YouTube, because I could only stream on YouTube at the time. And basically saying, fuck Twitch, fuck this, fuck that, fuck everything. And it's a fun video, you guys should watch it. It's the first stream of 2022. I recommend it. I was actually going to pull it out and do a bunch videos, and that was one of the ones I was definitely gonna pull. I was gonna pull the I'm doing this wrong video, but it is almost unlistenable. I almost can't even hear what I'm saying. I almost have to like basically cut it off and redub it. It's almost garbagely good. The video quality sucks. Everything, like, it's like what a difference in night and day between that and the 1 year, the first video of 2022. My first video compared to that. Just so you know, it's only 1 year later. That's why I even like to do that. It's like the difference between what I started with, and even like after like I think about 2 weeks, I improved so much. The videos that I was actually making are starting to come out a lot better. Standard definition. I was able to get some high definition videos in. It's an amazing twist. It's basically the way to put it. I'm happy. I'm happy being a streamer. I really am. I just didn't want it to become a hobby. I think the reason why I didn't want it to become a hobby and I wanted to become something that I did and was a passion and, you know, all this other stuff is because another streamer said, "This is my livelihood. You know, you guys are affecting my livelihood." And, you know, like, what do you mean? You're expecting us to pay you? Do you not think? Do you believe that you're giving more than what we're paying for? That was my attitude towards it. I was like going, why am I thinking like this? Streaming is tough. And if somebody can actually make a living off of streaming, whew, if somebody can make a living off of streaming with less than 1,000 people, whew, good freaking luck to you. And if you are, that means that somebody is, only a few people, I should say, not one person, but only a very few people are making sure that your livelihood is secure, and Twitch is taking half of that. So I hope you have sponsorships, and I hope you have all this other stuff, because that's the only way to really do it. And even still, like, I'm almost, you know, in awe, but also kind of disgusted when I realize that half the money that like Iron Mouse makes goes right into Twitch's pocket, and that's not where she makes most of her money. So it's almost seen as a secondary thing to her. But to some people are giving her so much money and spending so much money. Like, it's profound. And I hope that they're not hurting themselves because they're spending that much money. But I do know some people that have spent way too much money for streamers. And some of them became streamers themselves, and they kind of were expecting like a quid pro quo with you know, the payback for it. And in some respects, I'll say this: they've definitely earned a lot more money than I've earned my entire career. And we've been streaming. I've been streaming a lot longer than them. they have definitely made. I mean, like if you compare it, how much money we've made, they have definitely made probably 5 times, maybe 6 times as much as me. And which is great. I mean, it's great for them. But when you think about it, all of that money that they've earned, 5 times as much as I've earned. Let's say that's their number. I don't know how much they actually make. I haven't looked it up, and I don't even feel like doing that. But let's just say it's 5 times as much as I'm doing. So it's 5 times as much as they've made. They have spent to make that probably 10 times as much. So they don't even see the amount of money that they've made. And half of everything that the gross of everything that they earn, half of that goes to Twitch or to whatever sponsorship or whatever they're doing. Most of it's going someplace else. So if they're spending more than they're earning, that means that their money is getting spent and half of that is going to Twitch. And yes, I know, here I am saying half. And yes, I know, bits you make a little bit more money on. I think you make 75%. So for like every 100 bits, I believe you get 75. I don't know. I haven't even seen what the percentage is. And I definitely think that Twitch takes 25%. Yeah. It is that bad. But even 25%. If you've spent more than you earn, that means that more than you've earned, all of what you've earned has gone back into Twitch. It's in Twitch's hands. That amount. Through the money that you've spent. And from the pittance that you earn. And then I know that they've had to pay taxes on all of that stuff. And when I heard how much they're paying in taxes, I was like going, why are you even paying in taxes when everything should be a freaking write-off? Everything should be a write-off. The laptop gift that I got is a write-off. I needed it for streaming. My microphone, write-off. I needed it for streaming. I bought that out of my own pocket. There's so many different things that I have that I've earned that I've written it all off, and it equals more than I've earned. So I can't even claim that I make a salary for the money, for the little bit that I've earned, for the time that I put in. They do give me 3 years of negative earnings, but I'm not even claiming it as a business. I'm just claiming it as earnings and what it takes to get that. And it's nothing. So I don't know how a person who would have to pay any in taxes unless they definitely earned a lot more than what they were letting on. all the money that they've invested into Twitch, into other streamers and stuff like that, that's a business expenses. It works both ways, and you should do that. I mean, you lose the taxes on that money that you spent. You don't lose the amount. Like when people think about write-offs, they think, oh well, you know, I can write all this off. You know, I can write off, you know, $4,000, and it's like going, yeah, you write off the $4,000, but it gets put into a bank and it gets shuffled around, and then you get how much you actually pay for. And again, if that money amount goes down, you know, below a certain amount, and I believe it's $100 now. But if that money, if you earned over $100, and you have to, that's after everything. Because you have to say, my gross earnings was $200. If I earned $100, that means my gross earnings is $200. And Twitch does that, because that's what I got from them. You have to write out the $100 that Twitch took. You don't pay taxes on that money, even though you earned it, because that's the expense. Then you have to say, oh, how much out of that $100? And then you get into, like I said, I earned the laptop, even though people gifted it to me. I had to do that as an earning. I had to do the full amount. I had to do the whole thing. I had to do how much Throne took from it. I had to do all that stuff. Throne took a lot. You have to do all that stuff when you do taxes. I don't understand it. I don't understand like how people are gonna have so many freaking expenses, but they're still paying so much in taxes. And I've had my laptop for 2 years now. I don't even know why I shut it off, because I'm gonna be get going real soon. Actually, I should just turn it back on. I'll get there a little early. I got a few minutes, but yeah. So I don't know why I'm giving everybody freaking financial advice. There's no real. I don't know the answers to everything, but I know that, like, you know, this is how rich people pay no taxes. Just so you know. They earn $1 billion, but they invest $1 billion into another company that hasn't earned them a dime yet. That's an expense. They write off that full $1 billion every single time. When Walmart opens up a freaking store in a place, and they give them $2 million or whatever it is that they give them, usually about $2 million, to open up a store in a town. So they get that $2 million. They're supposed to pay taxes on all that, but what they do is they write it off as a loss, because they haven't earned $2 million yet. It is a scam. is such a scam. It's unbelievable. They're literally just throwing money at them to destroy their freaking town. I'm not kidding. Like, that's what Walmart's freaking model is. They don't bring good paying jobs. They bring substandard jobs and create a welfare state so they don't have to pay their employees. They haven't gotten any better. Walmart pays minimum as little as they possibly can to work people to death. And the scary thing about it is people are clamoring for those jobs because there's no other jobs to get. And when I say they work people to death, there was a woman who died on the freaking sorting line, and freaking they left her body there till the end of the shift. That's the type of companies people are working for and protecting. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great time doing it. As always, put cool beans in the comments below. If you read my Twitter post about my name, you know that comes from Cool Beans. If you want to put Q Beans in the comments below, you can put Q Beans in the comments below. But yeah, because I was Q and I say Cool Beans all the time, somebody thought I said Q Beans. That's where the name comes from. Plain and simple. Alright, take care. Yeah, and I definitely hope take care of yourself. Alright, bye.